Dex.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
It's Monday. Not sure how you did it, but you actually survived an entire 2 days without hearing from Tom. Good job to you. And once again, good luck.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Monday. There's a special meeting today that you need to be made aware of. Yep, the school board of Marion County, Florida. They're scheduled to meet for a special board meeting 11 a.m. today, August 16th, at the school board administration offices. That's at 512 Southeast 3rd. And they're going to discuss COVID and revisit the mask. It is a public sunshine meeting, so you can attend. And that comes in the face of Governor Ron DeSantis facing ridicule from the Biden administration plus lawsuits. He got a letter Friday from U.S. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona. He wrote the governor telling him and his education chief to express concerns about the recent executive actions prohibiting school districts from voluntarily adopting science-based strategies preventing the spread of COVID-19 that are aligned with the guidance from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Yeah, that's in alliance with them for this week. Last week, you didn't have to wear a mask. This week, now all of a sudden, you got to wear a mask again. Next week, you got to wear 2 socks instead of 1 on your feet. Week after that, you'll have to, surgically implant a 3rd arm in your neck. CDC don't know what the hell it's doing and has it for this whole outbreak. If the CDC knew what the hell it was doing, it would have offered one mandate that would have stuck. It wouldn't change its mind like I change underwear. It's a virus. Yes, wearing a mask will stop you from spewing on people. So wear a mask if you don't want to get people sick. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. We're adults. We should be able to make that decision on our own without a government telling us so. I have a mask hanging in my car. I went 2 days ago to a place that doesn't have a mask issue, but I had the mask in my back pocket. I walked in. Everybody in the place had a mask on. I said, well, you know what? I'll put a mask on too. Nobody told me I had to. I chose to. Nobody was angry with me. Nobody said anything wrong to me. I just said, well, everybody else has got a mask on in here. I'll choose to put one on too. I went to a place last night to have some dinner. Nobody had a mask on. I didn't have a mask on. People are saying this mask mandate, unconstitutional. It's the same thing as no shoes, no shirt, no service to me. That's how I look at it. If a business wants you to wear a mask, you have the choice of whether you wear that mask in that business or you don't wear that mask in that business. That's the business's choice, not the government's choice. Then it's your choice whether you go into that place or not. It's your choice, not the government's choice. The government should not mandate to me what my choices have to be. They just shouldn't. And then to use the CDC as the science, CDC don't know what the hell's going on. They've been playing catch up the whole time. I mean, it clearly says on this little throwaway mask box, will not help with to quell the spread of COVID. If you're not buying one of those N95 masks, you're not doing yourself any good most of the time. And by the way, if you're not wearing the mask properly, if there's gaps where it sits on your face and it's a little too small for you, but it's what you got, and you had a little U gap that's, a little inch, guess what? Spittle can get in there, you can get sick. That mask ain't doing you any good. Every time I start talking about masks, my phone blows up. And I get people on both sides telling me I'm killing people and preach, brother, preach. I understand it's a volatile subject, and I understand people have very, very serious opinions one way or the other about it. And thank God you live in America so you can have those opinions. And some proletariat doesn't come to your house and take you in the middle of the night because you disagree with them and beat you with clubs and hold you in camps until you either get in their way, the way they want to do it, or they kill you. Thank God we live in a country where that doesn't happen. We live in a country of laws. This pesky thing I keep reminding you of, this pesky little piece of paper called the U.S. Constitution. It has a way of getting in the way of totalitarianism in government, and also has a way in getting in the way of, neighbors trying to force other neighbors to do what they want. But there is a school board meeting today, 11 a.m. If you want to attend, it's 11 a.m. at the school board offices, 11 a.m. today. And it's a special board meeting, and they're going to talk about the widespread Delta variant and whether that should affect masks or not, and whether they should go from, because right now it's voluntary to wear a mask in Marion County Public Schools. And they're going to talk about whether they should make it mandatory or not. And by the way, the governor's already said you can't make it mandatory, and if you do, we'll keep funds from you. Well, the federal government stepped in and said, well, we'll give you funds if the government takes it from you. Well, that's a distinct violation of states' rights. It's not the federal government's place to deal with the education systems in each individual state. That's for the state and local governments to do. Got a man coming in here next. He spent many years in Tallahassee making decisions about education for the state of Florida. It's not the federal government's job. If you ask Galen Unall, he'll tell you the federal government's job is to make sure he's safe with a good military. And pretty much that's it. Infrastructure the states can handle, the DOTs for the states can handle it. Just a good military, and that's all the federal government should do. But when we got a good military, we pull them out of Afghanistan and let terrorists take over within days. I don't know, folks. It's almost like we're going to hell in a handbasket. I always used to think when I was in my 20s and 30s, there was people that would stand on the roadside with the signs, God is near, and tell you the rapture was coming. I used to think, man, how mentally unstable does that person have to be to think the rapture is upon us? We're living in amazing times. We got all MTV and ESPN, and anything we want, and the economy's doing great, and we're back to being America like we were, and we're fantastic. I get in my 50s, maybe those people holding signs with megaphones telling you rapture is getting close, maybe they're not near as far off as I thought when I was in my 20s. It's all lining up scarily. If you go back and you study, and you study it the way you studied, I'll study it the way I studied. You go back and look at the book of Revelations, there's some scary things that have happened in the last 15, 20 years that biblical scholars can tell you point to one thing and one thing only. And I know for hundreds of years people have said the rapture was right around the corner. I pray to the Lord God that it is not right around the corner. But if it is, at least I know where I'm going. That's all I can tell you, folks. And it ain't going to be with a mask on. I promise you that. Coming up next, former state representative and former county commissioner Charlie Stone joins us on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.